And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and yeah, so let me land our airship here, to give you an idea where I am. I am in the northwest continent here. We're just gonna land this bad boy. We should be able to land it. Usually I can get it. There we go. So characters are level 30. We've got about 67,000 gil, because we spent 90% of it on frickin' magic. No joke. But you can see here, now the characters are starting to use magic. And you can see our spell list is complete. No more spells to buy. We've got Flare, we've got Holy, Null, All Life, 2 Banish, so on and so forth. We got all the good stuff. Gear-wise, you can take a look here. We got a set of cat claws for Fucker, because he's a little fucker, and, you know, sometimes you just gotta murder things. But you need to have 50 grand left in order to do the next part of this. So, hence why, you know, the effort was made to get the extra 60 grand. Or 50 grand, rather. So, and I ended up leveling about 3 levels or so, maybe more. And that was all done at the Peninsula of Power. So we go to this big desert to find the desert caravan. And let's do some stuff. So bottled fairy, 50 grand. Which you have to buy. And as you can see, he sells other stuff too. But we're doing pretty good on everything else for the time being. So now that we've got that, we're not done in this actual area yet. But we're getting there. We need to get back to our airship because I don't think we're close enough to an area in which we need to do something. So we'll just power through these fights. No enemies around here are too threatening. Unless maybe you get surrounded or something. Get 'em! Because there are some extra dungeons around to do. There is an extra dungeon for us to do. This is optional. You don't have to go there, but you get some good shit out of it. So you'd be kind of a dumbass not to go there. So on our canoe, we're going to go... Let me show you here on the map. You can see the little yellow square north of us, which is... It should just be a waterfall, and there's actually a dungeon in there. So it shouldn't be too hard to get in there once we're up there. But yeah, and here's the best part too: is it's a rather simplistic dungeon because there's only one room in the entire dungeon, and there's a whole bunch of paths, but all the paths lead to dead ends except for the path that you need to get to in order to get to where the treasures are. So it's not like it's this really robust place to have to explore. It's not this overly complex, overly weird dungeon. Yeah, you better run, Croc. You crock of crap! Really, now the Hydra's the biggest threat, really. Usually the Crocs hit hard enough that they're kind of the bigger threat, but since he ran like a biatch, that'll be good. There's really also nothing really left for us to buy, weapon-wise in the game. I don't believe there are any other towns or cities where we can buy stuff, so the only time we're going to be going to towns now is to just restock our items. So here we are in the Waterfall Cavern, and there shouldn't be any new enemies here. As you can see, there's a bunch of the golden oldies. So nobody too fancy, nobody too worrisome here. And as you can see, Fucker hits so much harder now that he's got he's never gonna outdo Stabby damage wise. Fucker's got the strongest weapon in the game he can possibly get, give or take. As far as a functionality goes, that's about the strongest weapon in the game that he'll get. But it's stronger than Dildo. Well, Dildo will get a boost later, so we'll worry about that when we get there. We got some ways before we got to worry about that, though. And, you know, Fucker and Stabby are going to get... or Stabby and Murder are going to be getting better gears. So, it's all relative. It's all, you know, in due course, of course, kind of talk. Let's double down on these ice twos, because see who pulls it off first. I should have whipped out the Thor gauntlet, and I didn't, like a fucking dumbass. And yeah, other characters can use the in-battle items, in-battle gear that would do, you know, AoE attacks and stuff, so... Again, now it's one less thing you gotta worry about. So this dungeon is pretty meh, but we do have Warp 2 now. So once we're through here, we can get right the fuck out of here. So that's a good thing. Yeah, so, because you don't want to stay anywhere longer than you gotta. I do believe there are cockatrices here, as you saw the Pyralisks as well. Blast him with Flare, but let's not and say we did. We'll save Flare and Holy for when we really need it. Nice. Just the fact that Stabby now has access to offensive weaponry and spells is just phenomenal. Makes me so... It makes me so happy. We'll just use the regular one. We're actually almost... We're like halfway through the dungeon already. I'm not kidding. Because we're not going to go down any of the wrong paths. So it shouldn't be a problem. It's kind of why I'm even showing the footage. Because I don't really... It's not a big deal. I know that sounds weird, but... You know, this dungeon isn't that interesting. And this might give you guys an idea of my tactics late game. Later in the game, because you don't see me do too many battles as you did before, so, and watch me how I progress through dungeons and whatnot. So, figure this might be some insight into that. I mean, I don't do anything fancy, really. So you can see we're holding up pretty well. We don't even need to use potions, probably, for this dungeon, so I'm not going to worry about that either. If we really need to heal, we warp out and use a tent. Pop in a tent. But... yeah. Up and over, up and... We're almost there, guys. We got to get to this T-junction coming up, and then we have a hallway to walk down. Then we'll be good to go. Because what we're going to be doing coming up is we're going to be hitting up the next elemental dungeon. Which will be whole lots of yay and whole lots of boo. Let's keep moving. Go ahead and skip this fight. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's keep fighting. Now we'll fight this one out. Look at that, just between fucker and dildo, they took that dude out. Almost there it is. There's the door. Ooh, a nightmare. Too bad it's worth that thing's worst nightmare is me. Freaking sweet. Oh my god. Ooh, preemptive strike, so showing this would be pointless. Alright. Spellbinder, ribbon. I believe... Staff with muddle effect, yeah, but we're not gonna re-equip fucker with that. And he can't use the spellbinder, but the ribbon, however, is pretty good. Sometimes protects from special attacks, you say? Oh, sweet. Money, 5 grand. The defender, take this cube, defeat Tiamat Flying Fortress. So you have to come here technically anyway. I think I mentioned it was optional, but this is optional to do right now. And some more money. So, that's it for that. Warp 2. That's my thing. It's like, it's optional to do right now. You technically can come here later. And we did get some gear out of it, so really quick, let's look at that. The defender is slightly better than the ice brand, only by 1 attack point. And I believe no, he can use it too. It increases accuracy. You're probably better off giving it to Stabby right now to increase his accuracy, but it's really up to you. I'm gonna give it to Defender to murder right now. I think we're good everywhere else. I'm just that way about the Defender. It's 1 point of damage, but it increases accuracy, and if anybody's not to miss their attack, it's freaking murder. So let me explain what's going to happen here. We're going to need to make our way all the way back to Gaia here. So let me make our way back to our airship here. We'll get... oh, never mind. We need to make our way back to the airship, and we have to go back to Gaia. Then we have to go back to Onlak. And since I didn't show these places off too much, I will cover them again. Because I was just running around just buying the fuck out of everything and not really giving you guys much info on the on what's there. So we'll get that covered in a moment here. You notice I'm not wasting time with any healing, and we're not going to do any in Gaia. We'll use magic and whatnot, because we'll heal up in Onlak and get all that stuff done. Because we got the fairy in a bottle. So heading over, heading up, grabbing ship, getting moving. Which... I done goofed. We need to go this way. Like an idiot. And that town that we flew over just a second ago... Don't worry about that. That'll get explained later. What did I come here for? I'm zoning out. No! Always forget this part. Who is it? Also known as Hawkeye. Let's see, who was it here that told me this? The spring in this town bears ox yale, but only fairies can connect it. So that's what we need to know. Always forget where it is, by the way. Check the... We're good, pretty much, with all this, so... Part of me and my brain keeps hoping that we'll get, like, another means for an item, but... This is the... Yeah, that's the church. There we are. Isn't this it? So yeah, talking to the people in town will tell you that you need oxale and you need fairies to do it, but obviously we have a bottled fairy. I should have to set the bottle you brought. How horrifying that was. To repay your kindness, I will retrieve some oxale for you from the bottom of the spring. It's assumed that it's a stone or fluid or something that lets you, you know, breathe underwater. Oxyale. From the water flows an endless supply of air. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we're good. Now we can go back to... So for those of you wondering, this is the town of Gaia. This is really the easiest town to get to once you get the airship. And we bought a lot of magic and gear there. Whereas the town over here... Wait, we're not over far enough yet. So we gotta land... We gotta land down here and get over to the town. And the town's a little far away. I don't recollect there being a closer landing spot to it, so you gotta kind of walk. We gotta kind of move, shuffle our ass over there. Yes! Ooh, here's a new enemy we haven't seen. They hit pretty hard. And you can see they take damage rather well. As even our ninja can't do much damage. Ow, ow, ow. Should be enough to kill it. And yeah, 1 gil. A lot of XP though. 600 XP is a lot for one enemy. Let's just be on the safe side. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Holy crap, we got in another random battle generated, my friend. While we're here upon the road again. Oops. Oh, where's that gauntlet? And for the shits and giggles, in case they cause me any more problems, get some! Didn't look like much, but trust me, it's gonna pay off later. Alright. Let's just check if we need any items. I believe it's all the same stuff. Yeah, it's all the same shit. I don't know. Part of me just keeps thinking there's gonna be more goods. And the cake is a lie. The magic here is pretty terrible, unfortunately. It's like, I don't even think... We bought some here, but heal 3 we bought. Reinforces protection against instant death. That's not going to matter at all, because we have those protect rings. Now, you might get... and we bought Saber, because, yeah, just to fill out the magic. If you want to save money, don't bother with Saber. Unless you're playing the original version of the game on Nintendo, where Saber is actually a pretty useful spell, because that's the spell that beefs up your... That's the steel spell in this game. Or they fucked up the names or something. I don't remember specifically. Anyway, we'll keep moving here. Making a save. Yeah, we haven't saved since the secondary save back here at 48 minutes in. Kind of funny. Alright. There's no weapons to buy in this town, or armor either. This town sucks. It's got meh magic and, yeah. Pretty lame. Pretty lame town. Except you have to come here to do the story stuff, so... Warriors with Oxyale, we have been waiting for you. Please, save the mermaids. Get the fuck out of my way. The hell? Well, there's something you don't see every day. Ride the barrel, which is actually a submarine. We all live in a wooden submarine. A wooden submarine. Under the sea. Alright, let's get to it. Now, the enemies in here are mostly weak to Bolt, except for a few enemies. But many of them are. Hence the gauntlets will be our best friend in conserving fucker's magic. Stabby, we don't care about his magic much at all. We're not reliant upon his magic, so... Thus, I won't worry about it. So we'll gauntlet it up, and even fucker can get in with his knife. With his cat claw. Mittens, get him! But yeah, you can see as long as the enemies focus on murder, we're rather safe from some of the enemies here. They will get harder as we get deeper into the dungeon. There's also the water elemental type enemies down here, so you got to worry about them. But outside of that, there's not really much to this place. We can take care of poison with antidotes. like I said, long-term goal here is to just not burn through magic. And the water elemental enemy down here, I think is actually weak to ice. Which is like an exception. And then there's some undead enemies weak to fire and to die. So I gotta go up and around. Oh, wait a minute. No, is this the dude that I'm thinking of? This dude might be weak to ice, but luckily we have an ice sword out there, so I'll figure it out. Did he have the fire sword? Now I don't remember. Oh no. What have I done? The other thing too is that this dungeon, we actually start technically in what you might argue is the center of this dungeon. That's right. This is a very weirdly placed and leveled dungeon, in a sense that what you have to know about it is that there's floors that go upward and there are floors that go downward. You heard me correctly. I know that sounds dumb as dog shit, but you heard me correctly. It's actually, in all fairness, I think it's rather clever. But yeah, for what it's worth, it's pretty much that's the deal. So we're gonna be heading upward first. Once we get to the top floor, there's a bunch of rooms with goodies in them. And we're also going to get a quest-related item for later. And we may do something to take care of it before we continue. I haven't decided yet. $2,000. I want to say there's a chest on the other side of this place we'll grab really quick. Now, I believe you... No, you can't ignore it. We'll just go get it. And then the other thing is, once we grab the item that we're looking for down here, we can warp out of here if we really want. Depending on how much MP we have, I might choose to do it on foot, because that's just more XP for me. And I like XP, don't you? So, who wouldn't want more XP? XP is delicious. It tastes like the souls of the unborn. And you can see my battle tactic here. Now, I know last episode I was talking a lot about ninjas, amongst other things. And again, it's like you could have 2 warriors and a white mage, black mage, or a warrior, a fighter, a knight, and a master monk. You could have 2 knights. I still to this day stand by the ninja, so... Not that those other 2 options aren't viable. They're completely viable. That's kind of like... This game has no terrible classes. I don't know how else to describe it. There's no bad classes in this game. Or, like, jobs in this game, in my opinion. The jobs are fine. You can beat the game with any job. There's also a lot of people who do, like, challenges of this game. And they do some cool stuff. They'll do, like, challenge modes where they... play this game with all white mages. I've seen all black mages. I've never seen anybody beat this with all thieves. For those of you who do that challenge crap, I haven't seen it done with all thieves yet. That would be interesting to see. I think most people, but if there is a playthrough of this out there done with all thieves, that would be impressive. Not that you have to play this game with all thieves, nor would it improve one's experience with all thieves, but it would be interesting to see. You know what, let's see what one... Since this is a new fight, I just want to see what one Gauntlet Bolt 2 would do through Dildo. Because we'll get rid of the prince that way. These Sahagan chiefs we've seen on the ocean, so... Yeah, okay, we won't burn through magic. No reason to burn through magic unless you gots to. Unless you gots to do it. So there's a stairway leading up to the next floor here. Which, these shark dudes aren't too bad. You know what? It's possible we'll get more damage out of it than we would with his attack. Yeah, more damage. And one less enemy we gotta fight. One less enemy, you know, pot-shotting me for damage. You had one job, fucker, and that was to not miss the giant shark. And he's down. Sweet. Let's keep moving. I know I'm showing a lot of the fights this episode. It's just, you know, why not? I will remove some footage. Not when I edit the video, but I mean, like, as we go deeper, and stuff like that. I am going to start cutting some battles out coming up, though, for you guys. So I know they're not that interesting. But, I mean, we're getting moving. We're moving. We're on the road again. On the murder train. Then there was some delicious murder. Let's keep moving. Nag ding dong darn. Alright, walking. Oh, not quite there. Running. Oops. I'm like the wrong freaking way. Like an idiot. Deep. $20. Don't worry, the other treasures are better. I think we're gonna get some armor on this floor. I forget which room though. Alright, let's keep moving. The other thing too is you don't really need the level 8 spells at this point of the game. So if you didn't get them and you're short on cash, then is something you could skip. We'll show this fight just because, which means I really need to do that. Because they can stun us. Die is a better spell offensively than this, but it's enough extra damage for the kill. That means there will be one left for next round here. Sweet. Yeah, getting to level 30 by this dungeon's pretty OP, as you can kind of see, but don't worry, it's going to catch up to us real quick. Because we're not, like, constantly going around grinding. Not really. And since we are going to come out the other way, let's just blast a fire too anyway. Oh, and look at that damage, 102. Whoo! As long as they keep focusing on fucker, I could care less. Ooh! They might kill one of my mages. Well, maybe not now. Unless one of them lives. Oh god, they all lived. Why? Why did I underestimate their strength? And he's down. Well, that's what I get. We'll pick him up. That's why I need to be more attentive. And the XP is actually really good. So he just missed out on 1,300 XP. That's a shit deal. What does that actually put him at? Oh, what nice. Within 1 XP of Dildo. That's really funny, actually, how that worked out. Yeah, pick him up. Which means we need to actually keep our HP on the higher side. In case we fight those dudes again. Might want to even think about running from battles with more than 2 or 3 of them. Some diamond armor. Which, okay, I was just checking. Only murder can wear it. So there's some diamond armor. We're going to get some diamond gloves at some point, or gauntlets. And we'll actually pass on those. We won't equip them because the current arm item that's on our characters now protects them from fucking instant death attacks. It makes them immune from instant death attacks. And we're going to start running into some dudes that are going to start flinging that around like, a 2-year-old starts flinging around SpaghettiOs in your house, Alright, so we need to head all the way to the southern part of this this floor. Running. Running. And we find the light axe. Let's take a look at it. I forget a lot about this weapon. So, it's not as good, but it's an axe with the die 2 effect, which is actually a good thing. So we'll leave it out for now. So since it has the die 2 effect, our white mage will never. We can burn through our white mage's cure 2s without like any fear of not having access to. Ah, fuck. Well, now I know what I'm going to be using this fight. Yeah, we gotta like that light axe. That's going to be really useful throughout the game for that AoE damage. All right, let's keep moving. The mage's staff now, I believe, free fire too, so that's good. So now we can have stabby we could have Stabby and Fucker use magic for free, because between the gauntlets and the die 2 and everything else going on, we're in good shape for, you know, for what we've got here, which is good stuff. Good stuff indeed. The gauntlets will work better here. So you'll notice there's going to be a handful of items we just don't want to part with because they have these secondary skills. And the fact that you can just cast spells for free is going to make a lot of difference in this dungeon and this area and the next dungeon. They start to lose their value just a little bit as we move on, but not much. So you notice that the 2 mages level. Let's take a look at their two next level stat. 31,9, so 31,900. So we got some ways to go. So we got one more room to check out on this floor before we move to the next one, which a lot of people, when the game first came out, if you weren't using a guide, you would not think about this right away. And it did annoy a lot of first-time players, because there is an item you have to get coming down this way, or coming up this way, because we're going up the floors, not down the floors. But you'll see in a minute here, once we get into position. So that was just some money. That's fine. But now we're going to get to a much more interesting floor. But it annoyed players for arguably various different reasons. Do that. You know, let's try the mage's staff here. We'll wipe them out. I'd be curious to see what happens. So it's probably not enough to kill the other sea snakes. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, it's not as effective as the bolt magic for sure. So this should be enough to. I know I'm showing this battle. I wanted to show you how I experiment sometimes. Do it with enemies that aren't really that threatening, and then kind of dick around and see what happens. And he's out of there. Nice. Alright, so now we're in the... This is the floor that annoys a lot of people. There are a lot of rooms, and in your heart of hearts you wish they all had good stuff in them. They don't. Alright, so the diamond armlet. So this is the misleading thing. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. We got the protect ring. Or wait a minute, is this... Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down there. So, who can equip this? I forget who can equip these. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Crying out loud. So we'll put the diamond armlet here. As that's better armor for our mages. I'm thinking of the diamond gloves. Duh. That's on this floor, I believe. So all of these rooms, most of them, not all of them, but many of them are empty. And there's no point in these. You can see they're empty just from below. I don't remember if we had to talk to a mermaid or not. I don't think we do. If I have to come back here, I have to come back here. But I'm pretty sure we don't need to talk to any of them. So it's kind of like their little city is really what it's supposed to be. Let's actually get the room over here. Ah, crap. I thought there were battles here. I guess there's no enemies here for fighting. So there's the diamond shield, which I believe, yeah, he can only equip the flame shield. So you'll start noticing the ninjas not getting some of the better gear, but that's okay. I thought there was enemies here. I guess maybe in this version there isn't. If any of you know this game, know the other versions of this game, let me know. I thought there were other enemies here. So here's the trick to this dump. I mean, this wonderful magical place. We need to get all the way to the west. Okay, so there's the... And then we got to do this goofy thing where it forces the... Like, it's a scroll map. So we're technically now in the upper right-hand corner of the zone. I know that sounds stupid, but trust me, we are there. And we get the Rosetta Stone, which is a required item. You have to have it. For later. And then we get the diamond helm. So let's take a look at the diamond gloves here. See, they're not even better than the protect ring. They're not. Why use them? We're fucking gonna sell these things. Oh, but the diamond helm. Yeah. Though, actually, just out of curiosity, nope. Always check diamond helm. There we go. So that puts all diamond gear in the defender on our main character. We got one diamond armlet. I believe we'll get another one. It's funny how armlet and hammer barely fits, but armlet does not. And you might notice we don't have an actual better weapon for our main character. Oh, I missed a chest. Oops, we'll go back and get it. Since there's no enemies here, it's not a big deal. So we'll come back over the way we came. So you'll see how this is a wraparound screen. Don't know what the young people are calling it these days. I remember when video games that had tactic-style gameplay in them were called TRPGs, but now they're called SRPGs, so like all the S'ers beat out the T'ers, I guess? I don't know. The newest tactical RPG game from Square Enix. Those were the ads, man. They should be TRPGs, damn it. Alright, so, here's the deal. We've collected all the chests, and as you can see, these rooms are empty. They just have... You must be the answer to my prayers. So, this is obviously the Mermaid Village. Alright, so, we're going to go ahead and leave the dungeon. I'm going to walk back, because we're doing pretty good on MP right now. And I'd like to get some extra XP and all that good stuff, because we might run into some ghosts. And, you know, 30 ghost battles is another level. I'm just kidding. We'll walk out until I burn through my magic and all that stuff. Or, you know what? You know what, guys? I won't do that. We'll warp out. I'm going to warp out, heal up, make sure, see if we need to sell off any of the excess items and gear we have. Like, I'm going to keep the ice shield because we have the fire shield as well. And I would say, depending on what we're going up against, we might want a certain shield and whatnot. You know, we may want to switch weaponry as kind of needed here. So, I am going to, however, sell off the mithril gear, the ruby armlet, and the leather cap, as you know, for example. And maybe the one ice brand, because we don't need two of them. We have one on Stabby. That's why I equipped it on him, so I don't accidentally sell it and whatnot. So we're gonna sell off some of the old gear that we're not gonna use, kind of to help optimize our menu, so we can easily get to the specialty gear. Like I said, we'll keep the flame shield, and we'll keep the flame sword. The ice armor. Ooh, that's a good question, actually. You know what? We'll keep an ice armor for now, because I have a feeling we'll run into more ice. So we'll keep all the fire weaponry and gear. I have a feeling we'll run into ice more than we're going to run into... Or fire, down in this dungeon more than we're going to run into fire. I could be wrong. But we'll keep all the elemental weaponry. The mage's staff, the light axe, and the gauntlets. And then we'll sell the ruby armlet, the mithril helm, and the leather hat. And Muddle is... We'll keep the Spellbinder just because it does Muddle, but Muddle's kind of a dumb spell. So if you're playing along with us and you need cash, that's an option. We'll sell the diamond gloves because we're not going to use that either. So we'll see you guys back at the beginning of the dungeon. All right, so we're all healed up, geared up. I took a dump. Feel great. Let's keep moving, shall we? So now we're actually going to get into the meat of this dungeon. Per se, and then get all the way to the boss of this dungeon, right? Because obviously we gotta make that trek and that journey. The enemies don't change much. I think there's a few other ones at the bottom of the dungeon that show up more, but nothing significant or major. So let's get moving. Easiest way to remember how to get there is just run all the way to the back of the room, make a left, go, and then I'll go all the way to the wall and then go up again. It's not hard. All right, let's get moving. All right. And down we go. Now, the hell? There we go. Had a hiccup there from the recording. Alright, we're going to keep moving here. It's like I was recording and then, like, my computer kind of locked up for a second. Luckily, I could just sit with the game running while I fix it. Never had that happen before, so hopefully that's just temporary. Alright, let's keep moving. So, like, one of these floors has treasures kind of spread out everywhere, and then two other big floors have kind of nothing on them. So you'll notice that I'm gunning straight for the areas that kind of have nothing on them. Because yeah, they don't have anything on them. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So yeah, nothing major to see really, but there is a floor where there's a bunch of rooms spread out, and we're gonna grab a bunch of goods and treasures, and one of them is actually really useful. All right, let's keep going. And then this is kind of just a weird little thing. Ignore the room itself. There's nothing actually in it. It's just a waste of time. All right, running. Yeah, there's chests in here. I think they're both money, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're both money, which is meh. I'll just show this since we're here. But money is going to be running into that area of being obsolete soon, if not already. So it's kind of like the money chest. If you're, just trying to beat this for the first time, but you're, watching me as kind of like a guide for it, you could skip the rooms with the money. But for the sake of this playthrough, we're going to open every chest in the game, pretty much. Unless it's, like, impossible to get to or is so not worth our time because it's going to affect our end game attempt. We will do something else in that regard. But yeah, it's not something I'm ultimately worried about. The Aquas, we haven't fought a lot of them. I'll show this fight. They're not too bad. I think they're weak to ice. For some reason, I thought there was an water elemental goblin thing in this dungeon, but I think I'm actually thinking of the next dungeon. And it's not water, it's air, or what have you. So, tons of money in there. We got to go all the way to the far west side of this area. Alright, so heading west, we should come to another room. This might be scripted. Yeah, scripted-esque, but not by much. Fucking gauntlet just cleared the room. So we get the giant's gloves, which you might be tempted to put them on somebody particularly stabby. But no, but you'll notice the gloves with the Saber effect, which is fucking sweet. So that's something to keep in mind. It's the Saber effect, not to be confused with steel. And strangely enough, if I'm not mistaken, they can both be applied to a character. I could be wrong on that. It is something I'd like to dick around with sometimes, so we'll use it in the next fight and see how that goes. We'll use it in the next boss fight and kind of see how that plays out for us, because there is something to it. I believe it does stack as I hit the run button, because, yeah, fucking thing. God damn it. I didn't get away anyways. I don't care. Just waiting for that gauntlet to go off, Kill my enemies. Kill them all. Alright. God damn it. Alright, let's keep moving. So we got another light axe. So, 2 dies, you say? 2 die twos, you say? It's getting kind of hot in here. I should take off all my clothes. Fuck it. We'll play it out. I also got a timer going because I brewed beer today, and I used the spent grain to make peanut butter dog treats with them, and I got them drying in the oven at 200 degrees, and it takes 3 hours, and we're getting down to 11 minutes left on them, so I might have to go take them out of the oven if that timer goes off. So if you guys hear a timer go off, which is the Trollololo song, then you know that that's what I went to do. So, it's a thing! This is a new grouping. Alright. And we get a ribbon, our second ribbon. Which, as you can see, can go on really any character, as it protects from special attacks, but it is something we're going to put on Fucker and Dildo first. We're actually going to get more ribbons as the game, goes on, but it is something to keep note of. Alright, let's keep moving here. Now we can go to we pretty much got all the treasure. We're going to go to the next floor now, so that'll be good. Alright. Ah, so close. Alright, so here we go. The final floor. No treasure on this floor. You just got to know how to navigate it. And it's not that hard. It's left, up, left, down. Then it's just straight way the rest of the way. So, not a big deal. Alright. Let's keep moving. Well, I was going to say let's keep moving, but let's keep killing. Now, there's a new enemy. Deep Eyes. You'll notice I'm actually changing my strategy ever so slightly to focus our heaviest hitter on the Deep Eyes. Just to get it out of there. Just because, you know, believe they can stun you. So, any enemy that can stun you or do a nasty status effect, you don't really want to keep around. So, give a lot of XP, though. Alright, down we go. And then we're going to go into this big, dark room right here. And then really all we got to do is just navigate it. It's not a hard room to navigate at all. Not really. Alright. Not alright. Alright, let's keep moving. Do. So here we are. Just heal our... I'm going to heal our characters all the way up for the greater good. Because we're going to be getting into the boss fight here. And he's not a pushover, but he's not as bad as you'd think. He just hits like a tank. Like a tank running over your sorry corpse if it were on the ground. He hits really hard, and you know what's interesting is that he doesn't have any elemental weaknesses that I can recollect. So your goal in this battle is to just hit him as hard as humanly possible. Because that's all you're going to be able to do. You humans amaze me. Who would have thought any land creature could make it this far? Because I did it through murder? Murder! But I'm afraid it is time to teach you your place. Kraken, the water fiend, shall instruct. Dr. Zoidberg! Alright, so, really quick. Giant's Glove. We can put Steel there. I don't remember if it doubles down, but we're sure as hell going to try. I don't believe he uses any magic, so we're not going to prep for that, but instead you shield 2. And then we're going to haste Murder. And then we're going to do the same thing, but for Stabby. But Murder's going to get to attack on his own accord, so that'll work out. And we're just hoping he focuses attention on Murder. We don't want him to hit any of our other characters at all. So, anything we can do to prevent any of that would be great. You can see we're going to shield up. Attack. Same dealio here. Giant's Gloves. I don't think there's much else we can really put on our characters to help them. So, no all. So, fucking A. Holy 2. Or Holy. I don't know if it works on him or not, but we're going to find out. It'll be fun. It's going to be an experiment. Now, he's not using Steel on himself, so let's use Steel with Fucker. And then next round, Fucker will put Haste on him. But Murder's ready to go. So, I don't believe Holy works on the Kraken. So, this might be a wasted spell. It's better than a Swift Kick to the nuts. He's got enough. He's got plenty of health, so we'll have to deal with that as we need. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. And then we'll haste Stabby and get him working. May as well, but you know, we might need the life too, so I take that back. We have heal 3, we do. We don't need it yet, so there, and then haste on Stabby. And then Fucker will start using... Well, you know, I was going to say Fucker was going to use Flare, but Kraken is easy because we are frickin' ripped like Hulk Hogan. We're taking him down, brother. So, didn't get a lot of XP, didn't get a lot of gil. So, that was a little disappointing. We lucked out. He didn't go after any of the other characters. He's literally paid most of his attention to Murder, who can take the Murder. He takes Murder and makes it his bitch. I just, you know, he can handle the damage. But if he would have hit, like, Stabby or Fucker or any of them, they would have taken probably around 100 damage or so. Maybe less, but it would have been enough to be like, ooh, that hurts. But we lucked out. That was a lucky fight. That little bit of grinding paid off, man. Getting that money and buying all them spells. It took about 2 hours, so a little long for a grind session for a lot of people. But, you know, it's one less thing we got to do later, which, you know, is great. Because now we don't have to dick around trying to learn spells and get all powerful and shit. We just got powerful this way. So there it is. We are done. Now, let's, we don't need to heal up here. We're fucking ripped. We got this. We murdered the fucking butt-kraken. I like going swimming with bow-legged women and diving between their knees. So that was rather easy, I must say. 3 seconds remaining if you heard that on my stopwatch, so fucking sweet. So yeah. We need to make our way to Melmond and then tackle one other area thing. So we'll do that really quick to end the episode for you guys. The episode's kind of long already, I believe, so just getting in a few fights to get to our airship and then get to Melmond is not a big deal. Alright. Almost there. Yay. So off to Melmond we go, which is kind of southeast of us. And you would know to go here if we talk to everybody. I forget which guy in town it is off the top of my head, but I know we got to go here. I'm not there. So you remember this place. It was the place where the city was dying because of the Earth Spirit. We can heal up and save while we're here. May as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make a save. Alright, so there's a dude here. I forget where he is. Oh, it must be this guy. Let me see the stone slab. Why, if it isn't the Rosetta Stone. My dear know-nothings, this stone is the key to unlocking the mystery of the Lufenian language. Yes, of course. Eureka, I've got it! It's an arcane language, but I suppose I could teach it to you. I hope you can appreciate such knowledge. I hope you can shut the fuck up and just let me learn it. Or not even you can speak the Lufenian tongue. Which is relevant. So now that we can do this, I believe that's all we have to do. Alright, so we've talked to this fool. Yay! And off we go. So this was a town we visited earlier, but I didn't do much other than buy magic at it. I believe the level 8 magic is here, so we'll be getting to you next episode. Alright, and we got a long walk south of here to this place here. So I'm going to go ahead, guys, and walk to this village. We're going to park all the way back up here. Again, mostly enemies we've already fought, so you're not going to be missing out on anything. Alright, so we're in Lufenia. The Lufenians. In ancient times, we were known as the Sky People. And that vessel of yours is called an airship. Our ancestors built and used it long ago. So, you know, some lore stuff if you talk to these guys. The one thing about Lufenia is, if I didn't show you, I'm going to show you again. There is a magic shop and both magic shops here. Where you can buy Flare, which we have, and Life 2, which we also have. So we're good with magic. We're good with goods and gear and all that. Hubba-da-bub. But what we really need to do is, there's a guy in this town. I forget which side of the town he's on, but we'll figure it out. I believe he's on this side, though. If this jerk wouldn't be in my freaking way. Oh, no. You know what, let's exit. I almost want to exit out of the village and then come back really quick. Because, yeah, he's just going to block the whole freaking thing. Like a dick. It's that dude there, I think. Well, actually, it could be the dude on the other side. Maybe we'll check the other side first if he can't get by him. Yeah, let's check this side. He's on one of these sides, and I forget which side. No, we can't get past him. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah, I made it. So, I thought it was one of these guys. Sisters created robots. I wonder if they still work. They do. Here's a den. We're just among. Okay, no, it isn't one of these guys. Darn, I thought it was one of these guys. And it's on the other side. Like I said, I forget which side they're on. Both of these assholes are in my way. May as well just leave town and come back almost. It's kind of one of the negatives of this town. They didn't think about this. They weren't using their brain. Oh, you prick. You asshole. You ever have a knife in your hand and you're just sitting there confused and remembering in your head that you were like, what the hell needed stabbing just now? Alright. Now, take this bell. Use it to enter the Tower of Mirage. Okay, there we go. So this is what we need is the bell. Silver bells, silver bells, they are made out of human flesh. Ding-a-ling, hear 'em ring. Soon we'll murder them today. Alright, so we need to get all the way back to our airship. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, guys. I'm going to heal up. I'm going to restock my my gear. And when we come back, we will be traversing the final elemental dungeon to save the crystals. We'll see you guys
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.